So in about, 12 hours, something like that, we're going to have some winter weather here at camp. Some snow. They're calling for 4 to 7 inches. No one really knows. It could be rain, could be ice, could be snow. So all I know is it's cold right now, and we don't get snow and ice very often. And so I'm doing a little prep today, getting some chainsaws ready, cleaning out my golf cart because that needs to get cleaned out, and then probably going to salt some roads and get prepped for some ice just in case. So just some winter weather prep around camp. So the question I've gotten asked a couple times is, Bradley, why are you obsessed with Milwaukee? I'm not obsessed with Milwaukee. I just think that they work better than other tools. More selection, the battery works better. Overall, big fan. Got a Milwaukee Pack-Out thermos for no other reason other than the fact that I like coffee and Milwaukee. But now, Caitlin put a little W on it. It's actually engraved. Pretty cool. So at camp, I do a lot of random project stuff. I also do maintenance. And I try to be pretty prepped for just about everything in the golf cart. But what happens is it gets filled up with a bunch of crap just over time. And so I try from time to time to clear out some stuff so it's not too full of junk. But that can be tough. Probably one of the best tools. Battery-powered blower, light, no gas. Big fan. I'm really excited for this. It's a heater for the golf cart. Runs off a little propane. Perfect. That'll be great. Close up the doors. Nice and toasty driving the golf cart around. That's great. All right. So today, like I said, we got some winter weather coming in. So I need to get chainsaws just buttoned up and ready. Got the golf cart all cleaned up. So trying to get some of the chainsaws together. So I've really got kind of 3 that I like to work with, but mainly 2. All right, first one up is the Stihl Farm Boss. I don't know, it's the MS-271. But it's a really good saw for just cutting down trees, pretty big trees. I think it's an 18-inch bar on it. So this is a good gas-running chainsaw that I do kind of the heavy lifting, cutting up logs, different things like that. So that's kind of the big boy that I really like. My next favorite saw is this one. So like I said, I'm a Milwaukee fan. And this is the top handle chainsaw. The difference between these two, one, this is a little bit more portable. It's got kind of a top handle, a little bit easier to limb through as I'm cutting down limbs. But it also runs on battery, which means all I've got to worry about is keeping the chain sharp and keeping some bar oil in it. Honestly, I feel like I'm decent with engines, but this is by far can be more complicated. I understand that guys that are good at small engines can keep up with it, but I cannot. So this one has oil and then a gas fuel mixture that you got to worry about. It's got a carburetor. It works great, and I understand that there isn't a competition for large chainsaws, but on the day-to-day, there's a small tree that falls down. I need to cut down a limb. I'm grabbing this every single time. My next favorite chainsaw is this guy. So this is like the hacksaw, Milwaukee hacksaw, or they call it the hatchet. So this thing is awesome. Also battery powered. That is full blast. This is full blast. So still not loud. Don't have to worry about ear protection. Do wear eye protection at all times. I'm not a chainsaw expert. These are just the three things that I use significantly whenever we are cutting down trees. So winter weather, make sure to have my chainsaws good to go. So I'm going to get them cleaned up, make sure that they're topped off with bar oil and gas fuel mixture, and start them up just so whenever I need to come get them, I can. One of the best things, though, is to that point, I have to make sure that I start this every once in a while. Make sure it runs good. From time to time, take it in to get tuned up. There's been times that the carburetor's gotten off. I don't know, probably user error. But I don't have to worry about this thing. As long as I've got batteries, and this battery will last a super long time, for the average person, that chainsaw is awesome. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and get these cleaned up. Blade, they're not too bad. The chains aren't bad. I just sharpened them not too long ago, so they're in pretty good shape. Make sure that they've got bar oil in them, so I don't have to worry about it. And then we'll go. Oh, on that point, I just got a cool new. It's got a new gas can, and I don't know. I know that some people have a lot of cool stuff, and there's a lot of cool toys. I love this. So it's specifically for chainsaws. It's got one compartment on this side for bar oil, and this compartment on the side for fuel mixture. So all I have to do is take this one can with me whenever I'm taking the big guy. For these, however, all I need is some bar oil. The other cool thing about the Milwaukee chainsaws is that they actually have their little wrench built in. So if you need to tighten up the chain, replace the chain, that little wrench goes right there, pops in. This one has it right there. So put it in, pop it in. It's just built in. With my big chainsaw, I'm carrying around this thing. I mean, I've already got my wedges that I'll use. I'll use my little, hatchet from time to time, hammer it in. But I've got to keep some tools with me, or else I get all the way out, I start cutting on a tree, and then I need some tools to have it. So that's a little bit of what we got. I'm going to finish setting these up and then move on to salting. Got the heater's in, yeah, and it feels great. So I think you can see it in there. So that is nice to be able to have. It's nice and warm, feels good. My right knee is super warm. So I'm gonna go and spread some of this salt. I try to be ready for whatever can happen. Could be really bad. It could be just rain, and that's it. So we'll see what it is. Maybe I'll have a good update tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and ice our front road, or not ice, put some ice melt down. This area doesn't get a whole lot of sun. You can kind of see up around the corner. It gets pretty dark, and it really doesn't get it throughout the winter. So the other thing is that I literally just told my boss that I had a walk behind spreader, and I did, and then it broke. So what I have now is a hand spreader. It does say ice melt on it. 5, heavy. Cool. Well, that's probably not going to go very far, but I don't know if it's better than doing my hand or not. Honestly, not bad. I mean, it gets pretty good coverage, nice and even. It's got some clumps in it though, but that'd be good. I mean, better than hand throwing it, I guess.